Hi, Chef Anthony here with Dawn's Appliances. Today we're going to talk about proofing. So we have bread dough here with pizza dough actually, and we're going to proof it in our wall oven. So the dough right now has been out probably for about an hour to hour and a half. Now this can be thawed dough, this can be fresh dough. You can have this in the fridge for maybe up to, overnight or an hour and a half. Things like that don't matter. The real exciting part about it is that we're gonna proof it in the oven. So you don't have to put this oiled in a bowl, with a towel on it, in a corner of your house or whatever, and wait for it to proof. And if it's a cold day, my mother would do it all the time, have to proof bread, really wait for it to double in size. But now we're gonna double it in size in a controlled environment in our oven with one of our program settings. So it's super easy, nice and convenient. Don't limit it just to pizza dough. I mean, we could do cinnamon rolls, any yeast raised doughs, bread dough, you name it. If you need it, if the recipe calls for proofing, it's in your oven. It's a slam dunk. So I got the pizza dough. I'm just gonna lightly flour it, and we're gonna give it a press. Kind of try and keep it as round as we can be here. Give it a flip, a little touch. This is just what I do to start it out. And notice, see how this dough, I'm putting the indentations in my hand here, that it's puffing out really nicely. So works out well. Just turn this around. Maybe give it a little stretch. And the thing about it is we want to really get the direction we want to do our dough in. Whether it be the cinnamon rolls, whether it be the bread dough, whether it be the pizza dough, we want to make sure it's round, and what the proofing is going to do is really going to make it double in size. So right now, take your time. Don't rush through this one. Make sure you get it as perfectly round or as seamlessly cool as possible that you want it. So don't necessarily give it a stretch. Like this, give it a little flip. Doesn't matter either way. All right, so this is good. This is really where I want it. And now I have a little bit of oil in the bottom of my pan right here. So kind of like, especially with pizza doughs, focaccia doughs, any of the extra doughs, I'm gonna pop this right in there, okay? And make sure it goes out to the edges, just like this. And it's great to use a couple of your fingers just to go around and kind of create that wall. And you're really gonna see the proofing kind of double up everything. So if we start out with a great wall right now and a good edge, it's really only gonna look better as we go. So I'm just gonna take my thumbs, print this right up, just like that. All right, so we're here at the oven. We wanna go to the proof setting. So in this Bosch model, it's in more modes, okay? So we'll scroll down. We'll hit the proof dough, we'll hit enter, and 100 degrees is, kind of the highest you're gonna go on that. So we're gonna keep it at 100, so we'll hit enter right now. All right, so that is on. We'll turn our oven light on, and we're just gonna pop these in. So follow your recipe. If it says, proof till it's double in size, that's 8 or 12 minutes, yada, yada. It's still, the time is still just as true. So we're gonna glide this out. This one's gonna be in, and we're gonna put our second dough in as well, okay? And we're gonna close this and let them proof. This is probably gonna take around 12 minutes for these two doughs, okay? So stay tuned. All right, it's been about 20 minutes right now, so we're gonna open this oven up. Let's check our progress, see how good this proof is. Look how nice. The dough is great, really pushing back. The double in size, I mean, you can see, look at that. That's wild, all right? This, ready to roll, all right? Then we have number 2 as well. Let's glide that out. Wow, huh? Look at that. That's spongy and fun. All right, proofed and ready to roll. So, all right, so our dough is nice and puffy right now. Now our oven is at 425 on convection roast, and for these deep dish pies, we're gonna bake off this shell. That's gonna ensure we have, a great crust on the bottom and really make sure that this dough is ready when our toppings are to make an amazing pizza. So we're gonna pop this in. Convection roast 425. We're gonna put both of these in on the same shelf. And this is probably gonna be really just 10 minutes to give it a start on this dough. Really kind of get that shell going and make sure we get that great crust to hold the weight of our deep dish pizza. All right, thank you. All right, right out of the oven, and the dough's just getting brown and starting to pull away. This is a real good sign. So we par bake this. And what I like to do is take a wooden spoon. I'm just gonna press that in there. Kind of give us room for our topping, but make sure we keep that great form. Look how nice the crust looks. And this is the difference between the proofing and the pre-part baking of this shell. So it looks great, fabulous. You know, we're gonna do the same thing on our smaller one. You know, just kind of push that down, kind of get that going. And this really, I mean, if I pick that crust up, it's just ensure we're gonna have a nice golden brown edge. And that's the difference with a deep dish, because of the weight from the, you know, toppings and the sauce that we put on there, really gonna determine our pizza. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go with salami on the bottom, because why not, right? And you know, you can really go with any kind of combination of deep dish you want, whether you want a cheesesteak one or, you know, any of that sort. But I'm gonna go salami down here, just like that. Then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of the Prove Mott's mix, your regular shredded mix, on there. And I don't like to put a lot of sauce on here, you know what I mean? The liquid is kind of the key. I throw just a little bit, like in between the layer, like that. And then I'm gonna build something else, but I wanna sauce the top, because that really seals the deal, kind of gets everything going. So, pepperoni is our next one. Looking fantastic. And you know, once it's up to toppings, everybody, you know, kind of does their own thing. But I do stress, if we're making a deep dish, have everything cooked off. Have all your toppings cooked. You know, if you're doing brown out sausage, you're doing peppers and onions, have that all cooked. Have it dried on paper towel, because the moisture, once I said, you know, if you make a soggy like deep dish, 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. Too much sauce or too much moisture or things like that. Let me throw in just a couple pieces of our basil. Just want to go like that. Throw a couple leaves in, make sure we have some vegetable in there. My joke. And we're gonna add a little bit of this mushroom mix. All right. I always like provolone and a little bit of sharp prove, you know, makes it fun. Just like that. All right. We're gonna go a little bit of cheese like this. Okay. And here's the deal, the sauce on top, okay? Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Get a smooth one, cover it all, get in there. Love it. All right, so this is gonna be our deep disher, and now we're gonna bake this off. Now we wanna make sure it's nice and hot in the center, so this is gonna take more than 12 to 15 minutes. Average, you know, par baked shell. This is gonna take another 20 to 25 to make sure it's all good all the way through, okay? So we're gonna pop that back in the oven. I'm gonna make this one, and you know, that's gonna be the deal. We'll see this in 25 minutes. Okay, the pizzas are out of the oven, so that was about 25 minutes, and then we took them right out and let them cool just so we wouldn't get any moisture, and that's really what gets that crispy crunch of that crust. So, I mean, look at the tops, really great with the convection. This is what we want to see though, with that browning, edge to edge, front to back, side, and you know, that means nice, thick Chicago deep dish. And then let's just rotate this, so I'll give you a piece of that. So look how nice that looks. Fully cooked, great crust on it. Look at the layers on that. So, I mean, that's super nice. And I say a great bake and a great use of convection, so check that out. Other than that, I'm wrapping this up, and you know I'm gonna eat 1 or 2 of these slices. So proof your dough. Do convection roast, do 425, bake it nice and high, golden brown and delicious, and enjoy this. Thank you.